computer. All right. So welcome to Contemplative Writing with Kristina Amelong, using 52 codes for conscious self-evolution. It's very exciting to be with everyone again. So I think that what we'll do is our toning experiment, so that since that went so well last week. And again, just a little bit about it is that we want to put our voice, our waves here into this technology and feel each other and feel our own bodies, feel our own selves, presence ourselves here, and feel the way in which that we are all connected. So we'll do it for about a minute, and I will start us off. So you're going to need to unmute yourself. So if everybody wants to do that, Patty, are you going to do it? Christine, Carolyn? All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. Even if you're just laughing or whatever you're doing, it's okay. We're trying things, right? Okay. Already I feel you guys a little bit more. Thank you. The sky is just so beautiful here, I must say. Okay. All right. Lovely. Thank you very, very much. Okay. Let us plant our feet on the ground and our butts in our seats, and notice that we're alive and breathing and well, and go ahead and feel your fingers and yawn, and set ourselves up for 5 minutes of meditation that Allie is going to ding her bowl for us to begin. And also put yourself on mute if you haven't already. All right. Welcome back. Welcome to everyone. So writing and co-creating and creating with the universe that intended us, that knows our name. Here's a chance to both allow yourself to be, do, say whatever you want on paper, whatever is emergent, and then to share it with each of us. So I really appreciate in that light that you're all here. It's a deep honor to be with you and for each of us to be with you. And this week with my mom and her terminal cancer, I can just feel in my own body that intention even more. And I deeply wish that for each of us, that we are intended by all that is. All right. So our code is 43, and it's also my son's birthday today. Like, wow. Okay. He's 27. So code 43. Internalize the field of your whole being, so your scattered attention becomes focused and coherent. When the whole being consolidates within you, it organizes your life. The task you have to do will not...
Kristina?
Yeah?
Kristina, I'm sorry. Could you read that from an I statement? Can you read that with I instead of you?
I can try. When the whole being consolidates within me, it organizes my life. The task I have to do will not overlap and confuse me. The stressful, continuing shifting of patterns will stop. In the whole being, the magnetic field is internalized and stabilized. The internalization of the field stabilizes the pattern, and then I do what I do without that distraction. All right, so let us enter our 20-minute write, and Allie will ring the bowl and ring it again when we're done, and then we'll have a 5-minute break where you can keep writing or go to the bathroom or stretch, and then we'll come back together. All right, blessings.
I also want to invite anybody who has a candle to light the candle.
Thank you.
No problem.
Aren't we good co-creators?
It's beautiful.
Right? All right.
Awesome.
No place for shame or humiliation here. Or there's every place for it, more like, you know, it arises and we let it go. All right. Thank you, Ali.
No problem.
Okay, well, she's working on that. Welcome back. So great that you're all here. There's Amor. Welcome, Amor. It's fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to have two folks read in the big group, and then we're going to divide up into two breakout groups. So one thing I want to just have you all kind of keep in mind is if you've already read in the big group, then let's make room for others. Just, you know, like a real solid turn taking that everyone gets a chance. So does anyone who hasn't read in the big group yet have a burning desire to share their work?
I'll go.
Who said that? Okay, Alana, go ahead. I saw you raise your hand, Carolyn, too, but.
It comes in like a gentle wave propelled by the strength of the ocean, the field of integrated me. Light and clean, cool passing my nostrils. Still my body feels heavy and a little separate. But I'm told calibration is complete and commitment and intention applied are at work in completion of full and constant integration of this aspect. It's happening in perfect time and way, and I do feel the integration so strongly in my life and the smooth, even solidity of the way I move in my days. I flow with an integrated, rich feel and find that I love myself more and more than ever before, which fuels the commitment and strengthens the flow. I feel emotion in such an expanded way too, and love others, human, animal, mineral, otherworldly, in the same growing way. I couldn't stop flowing now, even if I was silly enough to want to. The love in this Wednesday resonance is touching, expanding, and enriching my heart and life in such powerful, remembering ways. My integrated heart flows with yours, and I'm grateful and in love. Dance, dance, sing your song. The symphony is growing. It echoes in the nothing, the no-thing place, and joins a greater song. Long waiting for our chorus, Galactic Family sings loud, and our song now joins multiverse and flows into the one love. Life is rich and sometimes so hard, but love flows and perseveres and reclaims all. Tell me a story I've long forgotten. I will grow into the light and take all that I love along.
Thank you, Alana. That was stunning. Beautiful. Thank you. Would you like feedback?
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. And one thing about feedback in the big group is just keep it to a few comments, so other people have the space to say some of these same things, and also just because we want to get everyone in relaxedly. So if you could just kind of keep that in mind, that'd be beautiful. So please go ahead. Allie.
Alana, I really loved your comparison to like waves, and it really flowed through your entire writing. You used words like wave and flow, and you said like fuels commitment. And fuel is a liquid. That's a integrated heart flows with yours. I couldn't stop flowing now, even if I wanted to. That sounds like a powerful force, and that's really exciting. And I'm really happy to be a part of this for you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allie.
Yeah, this is Lynn. I can go next. Just to add what Allie said, you talked about your integrated heart, and then went into dance, 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 and then joining a greater song. So that was fun too.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
I can go. I love that first line, and it set up that whole bit that these guys have already said. It comes in like a gentle wave. And then a couple other favorite bits were, I couldn't stop now, even if I wanted to. I'm grateful and in love.
That's kind of new for me. That's really great.
She boldly goes forth.
Yeah, you guys make it so easy.
I'll go. For me, lately, what I'm aware of is I feel what's being talked about, but I don't really have words. So ditto to what's already been said. I did write down smooth, even solidity. Love flows, perseveres, and reclaims. I just felt, I felt the flow and the evenness and the power in your writing, and it was really, for me, it's something to have feeling and not words. So that's a compliment.
Thank you.
I'd like to quickly
Okay.
add that I really, that would be a great, I wish that could be published out there of what's ahead for everyone, because it's just so much hope and so beautiful. And I can't think of anyone that wouldn't want that experience, and you so eloquently shared it. So thank you very much, Alana.
Thank you.
Diane?
Well, the flow and the image of the wave, and it was just beautiful. And what I noticed, it flowed kind of from didactic language right into poetry with a rhythm that just led you into dance. And I loved that. I loved the flow of that. It was beautiful. Thank you,
Diane.
Thank you, Diane. Carolyn?
Although I loved your descriptive words and I was there with you, the undertone of what I got was the feeling, the trepidation that you've had of gifting yourself stillness, and that you have cracked the door open to say, I don't know, I think I'm curious enough now to take a peek in there and see what's going on. And you, although it feels like you're observing the dance, you still have a slight bit of, I'm not sure if I've got my dancing shoes on yet, but yet you feel it. You feel the dance in you. And I really liked the presentation of the gift to yourself that you're willing to stand in.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you, Carolyn. Anyone else that would like to respond to that? Alana, would you like to say anything to complete?
No, just thank you to everyone. This is really a wonderful experience.
You're very welcome. Yes, it is. I agree. Actually, I'm going to read next because I think that's important for now. People to kind of catch up. Okay. I'm walking in the dog park after the rainstorm. The sun sets against the patches of blue, black, and white, reflecting how I feel inside. Scattered, wanting to allow this expansion of my mother's dying through my nervous system as an opportunity for me to feel the support of the quantum field even more. Still, I feel strained. My voice is saying things like, this is too much. Now handling your mother's medical, emotional, and spiritual needs on top of all you do already. I toss the yellow tennis ball for the dogs. I see a pair of monarch butterflies spiraling above the red clover. I watch the butterflies as they move in unison, now against the setting sun. I try to capture my awe at this beauty of the butterflies with my iPhone camera. I cannot. I let it go and look down at the tennis ball again at my feet. I smile at Shita. Cook girl, I say. Throw the ball again. But this time, I keep my gaze on the ground. The clover, the grass, the few remaining Queen Anne's lace covered in drops of water. I bend down, bring my camera closer to the grass, set my lens to magnify the water droplets by 10 times. I find a dying pink and brown clover against 3 leaves holding raindrops that reflect my own shadow. I feel resonant. Snap, snap. I notice people walking by out of the corner of my eye. At first, I feel shame arise. This is weird. But as quickly as the shame arises, I feel longing for them to be in their own moment of awe and beauty. I know I cannot know what these passerbys feel, but I do know what I was taught regarding how to be in public spaces and squatting down, where squatting isn't common, and looking at the ground and continuing to look at the ground and continuing to look at the ground as I move to the infinite and unique combinations of green and line and water droplets and what's leaning against what, and my own awe and the miracle of observing anything on this planet. And what I was taught is not this giving my whole body, my perceptions, my social self, my time to the awe of the moment. I stand up, throw the tennis ball again, walking, noticing the strain in my throat, down into my belly. Yes, the stress is building up. My son Eli texts again for the 5th time today. We've not been in regular contact. He turns 27 tomorrow. Earlier, he apologized to me for my mother telling me she disowned me and said, "I'd never do that to you or anyone." It felt like a bridge between us, as he was part of that stress when my mom made that decision to disown me. I take a few more steps. Now I tell myself, now, only this moment. It's all we have. I pick up the ball again, throw it. Shita runs. Holiday napkins. Another one of my 4 dogs looks up. We lock gaze. Her amber eyes searching. "How's my pack leader?" she seems to be saying. I pet her head, feeling a surge of bliss, which now doesn't leave my body. Thank you, I say, to the quantum field, the all that is, God, reality. Thank you for being my pack leader. And I'm complete, and I'll take feedback. Whoa.
I would like to say that once again, you, for me, give example of this code. You start talking of the stresses that can distract you from your internal magnetic force. And then you focus on the nature around you that takes you out of that stress. You, kind of like your camera, you focus in to what is the magnetic force of the universe. And the stress is like pushed way out, that your focus and your attention does exactly what this code says. When you do that internal focus, that stress external focus is diminished. So thanks for giving me a visual experience of the code.
You're welcome, Patty. Thank you.
I'd like to say that the demonstration of this code really struck me too. And I was amazed at the words I wrote were your awareness and beauty and resilience and faith and courage and full presence in the experience, and at integrated levels. It almost knocked the wind out of me, and it certainly blows open my heart.
Thank you, Alana. Are you on 2 things, Alana?
I don't know where I am. I'm having
Okay, we'll leave it that way. I was like looking down at your name, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, there she is. Okay.
I'm having a lot of trouble with the new Zoom.
Okay, it's fine. And that was very beautiful feedback. Thank you. Okay, who's next?
I can go. I just want to say thank you very much, because I agree with what Patty and Alana said. It affected me really personally. I felt it at a cellular level, that you were so deep and personal with us, that you allowed us into such a personal time in your life and vulnerability. And I want to thank you for being vulnerable and being so resilient, because those are really harsh words from a mother, no matter what state they're in and how that you can, justify it. It still is deep, and it can hurt. So, and I love that your son understood and came to comfort you. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Becky.
I'm just extraordinarily impressed with your strength and your fierceness to go forward. So many difficult things. I have recently purchased your book, and I'm reading it and learning more about you. And all I can say is, my God, you're a strong woman. And I'm so happy to know you. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Yeah, this is Lana. I can go next. I wrote down, the most words I wrote down was awe. And the only thing I can think of is you went through the many shades of awe, from the happy awe to the sad awe. And then at the end, I just wrote down bliss and my pack leader. So you're your own pack leader. So that's great.
Thank you, Lynn.
I would like to just extend some love to you, Kristina. Your beautiful writing. I wrote down a bunch of things that you said, but there was something about when you wrote that you looked into Cheetah's amber eyes, and that she seemed to say, how is my pack leader? And just your presence is throughout all of this, which is a sign of so much integration. And I'm glad that you have that love being reflected back by your dog's eyes, through your dog's eyes, through your son. You seem to me to be someone who gives out a lot of love. And I'm glad it's coming back to you in many ways, I hope.
Thank you, Christine.
I would like to say too, I was really touched by what you said, and there were times I could feel that. There was the one time you mentioned about the looking down and the weirdness of people, and it was like feeling that strange feeling of what's really happening, and yet this very ordinary thing happening. It was just so well expressed. It really touched me very deeply. And then to have that surge of bliss. Wow. It was very magnificent for me just to follow with you. And I just felt, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. It's just very touching.
Thank you, Rita. I get to receive it all over again through your words. Thank you. Allie?
I just wanted to add to everything that everyone was saying, that your a warrior of vulnerability, and you wield presence.
That's amazing coming from someone who I just scolded this morning with my stress. So thank you, Allie. Warrior of vulnerability. What a phrase is that, huh?
It's true.
I felt your emphasis taking us through your process. I feel your disruption and your integration. Dog park, terminal cancer, scattered, feel, mom, dying. And you gave us examples of your process. Strained, too much, toss the tennis ball. There were so many things where you noticed the life and the death, and then the simplicity of tossing the tennis ball. Butterflies, setting sun, can't capture the awe of the butterflies, gaze on the ground, find dying clover, notice people walking, shame, then longing of their awe and beauty. Squatting, looking at the ground, infinite and unique combinations, taught, social self, awe of moment, stand up, throw ball, stress, Eli, son, text, 5th time to connect, disown, bridge, steps, now, only this moment, it's all we have, throw the ball again, lock gaze with the dog, how's my pack leader, thank quantum for being pack leader, reconciliation.
Thank you, Carolyn. Anyone else before Diane?
I'm just going to be real quick because so much has said about the beautiful writing. And but what struck me, came to me was that old adage, as is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm. And it was just so focused in every detail and then expanded out to all that is. So thank you.
Thank you, Diane. All right, are we complete? All right. It's a miracle to me that we're here together and we're opening like this thing that Allie said, the warriors of vulnerability. I share that with each of us because that is what we are, and that does make a difference. Okay, Allie, my dear, will you split us into breakout rooms, and I will see you all. I'll see some of you in a second, and the rest of you at in 54 minutes or no, 49 minutes.
Awesome. I'll give us a 5-minute warning to meet back together, and I wish you all a safe journey to our breakout rooms.
All right. Hey, everybody. All right, so who would like to read next?
I can try.
All right, and if you're not reading, if you can put yourself on mute, Diane and Sarah.
Code 43. Internalize the field of my whole being and my scattered attention becomes focused. These thoughts and intentions have helped me in the last few days, during which any scattered thoughts have not been acceptable, possible, or admitted. I am attempting to bring the feelings of our small groups. This is the only one in which I am presently involved. The first, and as has become clear over the several weeks, the best of any possibility. I have so evolved with the few sessions, probably about 8 now, and my feelings so changed, improved, bursting with gratitude, that I am trying to not duplicate, but put a bit of what I am experiencing here on Wednesdays into the team I am assembling in my new company. Much like us on our Wednesday meetings, the team I am assembling is scattered and none of us has ever met each other. This is definitely a new ball game that is being played more and more. My business is internet marketing. Retirement was not an option for me. When I reached the age to receive Social Security, my check was $400 a month. I've lived out of the country most of my life and has risen only in a miserable fashion, hardly enough to live on. And so I decided to try my luck at internet marketing and realized that I could not do that alone. With the help of several networks, I have built what I hope is a successful team with similar beliefs and work ethics and desires to what we here feel as universal humans. My closest partner is a Colombian, and next on board is a Haitian. Oscar and Dana, both males, much younger than I, and oh, so accepting of my age and experience, as I am of theirs. I hope, dear friends and ladies, that you can feel the wonder I experience when expressing many of the same thoughts that we experience. It gives me so much hope to know that a young 30-ish Colombian with a 4-month-old baby to care for and a Haitian with 2 babies share our hopes and love for the future of our universe. Oscar and Dana and I seem to be working for the same reasons, the same loving and so important feelings that you and I share here, dear ladies. Yes, to take care of ourselves and our families, but also to give back to and for the best of humanity and the evolution of our universe. That's it.
Thank you so much, Christine. Wow. Do you want feedback?
Sure.
All right. Who would like to go first? Okay, I'll go. So I just love the way you kept addressing us and the way that you were singing the praises of your experiences here. And then you were talking about how you were using that to shore up your own life and reach out and grow this company, and those intimate details of your economic situation. It just, my heart was cracking open the whole time. And it was like, you know, you were making cookies out of us or something, and we were being folded into all of this. So that it was very powerful, Christine. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Hey. Surprising. Thank you, my dear.
I can go.
Vicki?
I was overcome by your bravery. It is a reality that Social Security doesn't take care of everybody. I understand that personally. But I love the way that you approached it. And I love that you look at us as your team and supporting, because absolutely, we're here for you. And I love that when you were talking about the 2 young men, total acceptance. And it is everything that we're about here. So thank you so much for sharing and for your bravery.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vicki. Diane? Unmute. Yeah.
Yes. I like that your writings started with feelings, talking about your feelings, how they had changed so much and they were bursting with gratitude as a result of this small group. And it led to action. You'd try your luck at an internet marketing company in a small group and multicultural and with the same vision of love for the universe. And it, wow, to go from feelings into action like you've done just was amazing, left me full of awe.
Thank you, Diane.
You do what you have to do.
It's
Thank
more
you.
than that.
I agree. Sarah?
I like you that you just used the word awe, which brings in with Kristina's work so well too. Christine, that was, yeah, I wrote brave in huge letters, and I'm very inspired by what you're doing. And it was really beautiful the way you brought the two together, that you're feeling so supported by this group, by these processes, and that you're introducing those ideas into this, and that you're the cross generations, you're seeing that the same hope, the same inspiration is there. And yeah, just very inspiring. Bless you, well done. I'm glad to be part of your team. It's good.
Thank you,
I'd
Sarah.
love to have you. Thank you.
Christine?
Yeah, Christine, I also love the way you refer to us as dear friends and ladies. And how you talked about that you all have the same loving and so important reasons to take care of your families, but also you're doing this work to give back to humanity and for the evolution of our universe, how it is all connected like that. And I feel like I'm not only on your team, but I am a fan. Whenever you speak, you're so succinct, and there's so much wisdom. And I just can't even fathom how somebody would decide they were gonna. And now I can't use that excuse anymore of my age being why I'm internet challenged. It's really a drag, because it's amazing. So thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
And Amor let us know that she's just listening today. So, Christine, do you want to say anything to complete?
No, it's just such an important time of my week, time of my gathering together to be with you friends. I don't think I could be doing what I'm doing without you, honestly. So thank you all.
Thank you for sharing that reality with us. You're very welcome. Thank you. All right. Who would like to go next?
I would like to read.
Please.
Okay. Wow. I am touched with Kristina's
Just a
share.
second, Christine, can you put on mute, please, hon?
Put on mute.
No, Christine. There we go.
Oh,
Okay, now we can.
Okay. I am touched by Kristina's sharing of recent news of her mother's terminal staged cancer. I wonder how she is, and how it is that she's bringing such grace and presence to us all today. Is that part of the calibration? And that, I can't read, oh, okay. And that at the same time, her son's 27th birthday, every birthday belongs to the child and the mother. They share it together. Truly, perhaps one of the deepest forms of intimacy. I love the idea of the patterns stabilizing. I choose to believe this includes no longer experiencing the stressful shift of sliding back into patterns of negative and self-depreciating thoughts. Glory, hallelujah. It seems as my awareness deepens and my shadow self is revealed more and more, it is paramount for me to utilize the skill of notice and let go. I ask my universal self, how are you finding coming home to my heart? Please know that I am eternally grateful for every petal of the flower that is my new life, that you are bringing to my ever longing ego and my ever curious, creative, and loving essence. I am like a tiny grasshopper trying to steer the tractor of old and embedded thoughts, beliefs, and burdens away from my vulnerable and delicate crops. They are seeds and seedlings of precious dreams and heart's desires. It's a somewhat bumpy ride, and I often feel out of my element. Grasshopper that I am, I want to jump higher and be perhaps further along than necessary. What do I mean by necessary? If all is well and perfect as it is, I do not need to be further along than I am. After all, look how far I've come. I'm a grasshopper driving a tractor. And soon perhaps I will be on a magic carpet gliding above the earth and shedding grasshopper tears because as I look down, all I see is peace and beautiful harvests for all beings. Wildebeests and elephants no longer crammed in small watering holes, but swimming in crystal clear lakes. I love using my imagination to envision the beauty and liberation occurring on Earth. In the past, I've used my imagination mostly for worry. This feels infinitely better and fertile. I envision paradise grown from my heart. That's it.
Thank you very much, Christine. We were all laughing as you were reading about your grasshopper self. Would you like feedback?
Sure.
All right. Who would like to go first? Vicky?
I can. Yes. Thank you very much. Couple of things that I wrote is I love that you're speaking to yourself in new ways and that you have a totally new perspective, that you were using your imagination in the past for things that were not helpful and worry, and now you're using them for beauty. Oh my gosh. And I love the perspective of the grasshopper and the tractor, just even in their size and capabilities, and that you gave the grasshopper so much possibility for activity and impact on the earth. So thank you very much. I really appreciate the perspectives.
Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you, Vicky. Christine?
And I love what Vicky said too, the grasshopper and the tractor. Please write more about the grasshopper and the tractor. I really want a long, what's her name, Rollins story about the grasshopper and the tractor. It's beautiful. Steering tractor of old embedded crops. Wow, what an image. Shedding a grasshopper tears. What an image. Imagination. I can't read my writing. Sorry. Something about imagination to wrong. Paradise grown from the heart. Beautiful. Kristina, your writing is just beautiful. You have collections of words that should be framed. Really. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Diane?
Okay. Well, I thought it was amazing and I could really relate to it personally. Just the word wonder that you used in the beginning, that just describes the whole writing for me, the wonder of it. And you asked questions and then answered them. And that was one of the things in our code today. Question all of our unconscious assumptions that limit our being in that place where whole being can be activated. And it's as if that's happening. You went from struggle. I mean, I could just see that grasshopper struggling to drive that big tractor. And then all of a sudden, you're imagining this magic carpet ride with no struggle, just ease and flow and viewing a new world. It just seemed, I can appreciate all of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Diane. Sarah, do you want to add anything, hon?
Obviously, just very similar. I love Paradise Grown from My Heart that you finished with at the end there. And just, it's absolutely true what people are saying about the imagery. It's just so startling, and you know, it's so fascinating you came up with that imagery. And it's amusing, and it's clever, and it's beautiful, and it's so full of hope as well. And I love the way, because I've heard people say this during the group, because you've been in the group before I joined. I was in one before that. And actually I wanted to say hello to Amor, because Amor was in it, and it's so beautiful, darling, to see you back. Love to you. And and I've heard people say to you how far you've grown, how they've seen you come through, and you're reflecting that. I love that. You know, look how far I've come, and what's next? What's going to happen next? So it's a very exciting journey. It's full of humor, it's full of imagery. Your words are beautiful. Your concepts are beautiful. Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. So I'll go. I was very touched that you were wondering about me and my mom and my son, and that you said every birthday belongs to the child and the mother. It's a beautiful reality and line. And then what I saw you do is then you started talking directly to, I'm not sure how you phrased it, like the universal self. How are you finding coming home to my heart? That's just so true, right? And the way, the power of that conversation and activating it inside of our lives, moment to moment. And then from there, right, like a tiny grasshopper that turned into the rest of your story, the grasshopper that I am. What do I mean is necessary? It's just really, really wonderful process to watch you walk through. So thank you. Would you like to add anything?
No, just gratitude for this class. I can't even tell you how much it means to me. I think about it during the week and everyone on it. And I'm always wishing I could see everybody's face, you know, but I play with the arrows just to look at everybody and then come back. But thank you, Kristina.
You're very welcome. And you know, if you, on the upper right-hand corner, if you put it into gallery view, you can see everyone's face.
Oh, really?
Upper right-hand corner, you can choose between speaker view or gallery view.
Oh, okay.
Do you see that? All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Look at that. We're adding in layers all the time. Right, right. Okay, great. Thank you, Christine. Are you complete?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. Okay, who's reading next? Sarah or Vicky? I think you're the only two left. Vicky?
I can go.
Great.
With the internal, spiritual, personal, intense work I've been doing, meditating for 20 minutes to 4+ hours at a time, my entire focus has been on contacting and being in the field. I used to think of this as a dark place, a hole in space, but as I visited there over and over, I find it a most tranquil place. I am free of stress and any distractions. I float freely and all with new eyes, much more clearly than ever before. For me, the most important part is how different I am when I come back. To say I'm transformed is too narrow, too small. I am infinite, I am divine, I am magnificent, I love myself more, and everyone I know, everyone I meet, and everyone I'm able to see and sense their magnificence. It overshadows everything about them. It's almost as if they're glowing, and actually I see some are quite literally glowing. This often makes me slow to speak. I feel such love and joy, I want to bask in it as long as possible. For the most part, I saw nothing of this, say nothing of this to them, except to say how glad I am to see them. I mean, really see them. It's even more intense after reading the book, The Afterlife of Billy Fingers. Funny title, great book. What Billy is telling his sister is what he's experiencing in life after death. How in his life review, he sees that most of his mistakes, and there is no judgment in the beyond. He definitely was a bad boy from our typical perspective. A drug addict, gambler, liar, always needing to be rescued, but those are just costumes we try on here on earth. It's more about finding our way back home, back to the divine. It's about our soul's purpose. With all this meditation and staying, sitting, walking in the field, I see more purpose and how the mundane is so important. Every thought really counts. I absolutely get the butterfly effect, feeling it in every cell of my body. Oh, and walking in the field? When I found that taking my meditation off the couch, out of my chair, really allows me to sustain the calm and put what I'm learning into practice. Everything I see, I used to see that meditation was a task, that the time is up, I go back to my regular life. It enables me to keep fully of being connected to all of life and still operate in this 3D world. It's amazing, incredible, and sometimes ecstatic. It's funny, with the coherence of heart and mind, I found myself able to make quicker and better decisions. I used to not be able to make quick and good decisions because I wanted to hold on to every possibility until I had a better idea which was going to work out the best. Now, I know no decision is wrong. If I don't like what I choose, I can choose again. It is that simple. That's a huge weight off my shoulder. This also allows me to forgive myself for anything in the past I deemed a mistake, especially the ones I declared were big mistakes. I no longer live in the past. Looking at the mistakes of my life, I focus on creating the new, trying new foods, new places, finding new friends, and making new choices. Freedom at last.
Thank you very much, Vicki. Really appreciate that. Would you like feedback on?
Bet.
All right. And Diane, I realize I got you confused with Alana, so you also are still going. Who would like to give Vicki feedback first?
I would.
Go ahead, Christine.
Vicky, wow. I find it a most tranquil place with new eyes. To say I'm transformed is too small. So I'm happy. I'm happy for you. That's wonderful. It's almost as if they are glowing when I see them, and then I mean, really, you know, I can only say I'm glad to see you. I mean, really see them. That's just so cool. You know, if these people, and one day they will know, they say we'll be able to know what each other is thinking so easily. How wonderful it would be for them to know that you can see their trueness, their light, and what a gift. And the more you witness it, I would imagine it helps everyone to see it as well. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Next, Sarah.
Yeah, that's right. That thing about, I don't say it, but actually when people do do say that, sometimes they'll say, oh, I can feel your energy when you come in the room. Sometimes in the right context, it's really good to have that feedback. And is it you that did the walking down the building? Walking down the building a couple of weeks ago?
It's hard to hear you.
Did you walk down the building a couple of weeks ago and overcome your fear of heights? That was so magnificent. And now to hear you say that you're getting all these experiences from your meditation and taking them out into real life, and then you're seeing so much, you're feeling so much, and yeah, it's just so beautiful. And what did you finished at the end? You know, new friends, new choices, new freedom. And you're obviously, you know, you're obviously really gifted, and you're really getting to feel this and experience this. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Next, Diane, go ahead.
Well, I loved the transition. You said you used to mostly listen, and the new eyes, you really see people and see more purpose. And the butterfly effect, I love that metaphor. But I really liked the meditation on the couch was a struggle, and you didn't like it, and now you're walking in the field, and I don't know if that's literal or metaphorical, but whatever, it gave me a beautiful image of you walking in the field with coherence of heart and mind and focusing on the new and feeling free. That was beautiful. The walking in the field, I think of the resonant field, but it could be a literal field too, you know, instead of the couch outside. So thank you for sharing. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Christine?
I think you're talking to me, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm going to try just a few words. But Vicky, I really wish we could know each other better. I would really love to know you. I love the way you talk about what's happening with you. Infinite, divine, magnificence. Love myself more. See their magnificence. I'm a little confused about Billy's book, but that isn't important. Costumes we try on Earth. That's a very interesting statement. I love it. Costumes we try on Earth. Big mistakes no longer live in past and mistakes. Now I focus on the new and the freedom. I'm very happy for you, and I'm very happy to know you, and thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Christine.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that opening bit to say I am transformed. It's too small. And I just love the whole of your energy and your sharing where you're really just in front of us, it seems, building your courage and your truth. And it's contagious, I'm telling you, just from listening to what you wrote, you know. I am infinite divine, like how you just said that, and as if they're glowing, and I mean really see them. Okay. And how the mundane is so important, right? And then, yes, I also am a person who never found the sitting meditations to be something that was moving me forward. And so using my phone as a way into presence with the beauty and the awe, just like you see in my writing, it's an extraordinary meditative process. So I'm really delighted that you are finding your way also with your truth and your unfolding. So thank you, Vicki. Would you like to? Yeah, you're welcome. Would you like to say anything to complete?
No, I just am so grateful to be able to come and share with you all. And I do feel so incredibly supported. And thank you so much.
You are welcome. All right, thank you. So we have Diane and Sarah. And one thing that helps to pick things up a little bit is unmuting yourself right when that next person is finishing, just to pick up the pace just a teeny bit. You want to go ahead, Diane?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm aware that many people teaching Zoom courses are saying the same thing using different language. I believe the experience is what matters, even if we describe the experience in different ways. My expression of the experience of focusing and becoming coherent is my heart's connection with what I call the cosmic heart. I experience the cosmic heart as holding the universal space in love and feel that flow of energy exchanging with my heart. I often meditate with my hand on my neck and feel my own heartbeat as I connect with the loving energy expressing itself through me as I write down chants or poems that sometimes have a heartbeat rhythm, usually at 70 to 90 beats a minute. And this is the range that soul music is composed in and recorded. These downloads often make me laugh as different archetypal energies express themselves, or sometimes they're warnings to listen. I can be calmed by this connection when I just let love flow. I hope it can be always.
Thank you very much, Diane.
Thanks.
Would you like feedback?
Yes.
All right. Sarah?
I want to hear them. I want to hear your
Well, I was going to read the Cosmic Heart, one of them, that came, and I thought, oh, that's going to take too long. But I mean, they're just downloads that have come, and I have a folder full of them, and they're all sitting in the folder. And I don't quite know what to do with them.
Wow. Well, that's just amazing, and I just hope you will find a way with some of these. You're bound to, and yeah, how beautiful your words, how exciting and loving. Exchange, cosmic heart, loving energy, expansion, and then this description about the beats, the soul music. And I just very excited for you, sweetheart, to be receiving these, for them to be that special, to be coming through you. And I just really hope that there's ways forward in getting them out there a bit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Kristina?
I would love one or two. You could start by sending them to me.
Well, I'll read one if you think we have time. It's not very long. If you, Kristina.
It's if you think it completes the whole, because your piece was shorter, so I have no idea how long it is.
Can I
So
just, I don't need to read tonight. I don't feel that my piece actually contributes that much to this tonight. So I think to hear something from Diane would be really good.
okay, great. Go ahead, Diane.
This one doesn't have a heartbeat rhythm. The cosmic heart keeps a steady beat of divine timing. Universal energy flows out through its vessels for all to receive and be renewed. A free flow of love moves out with every beat, replenishing our souls and rejuvenating our spirits. This love is ours if we want it. All we have to do is invite the flow into our being. One can hear this cosmic heartbeat throughout the universe if we attune our ears to listen with our hearts. The cosmic heart can attune our hearts to the rhythm of its beat. We can join in its flow if we succumb to its rhythm. As a baby is calmed by the rhythm of her mother's heartbeat, so we are calmed by the cosmic rhythm. We learn to trust that it will always be there, holding the tempo of the universe, keeping it in balance if we will only listen with the ears of our hearts and choose to let love flow.
Thank you very much. That's lovely. I'm glad
Yes,
you
thank you.
read it. Yeah. So, Christine, you are you complete, or do you want to? You're complete. Okay, great. And Sarah too, if you want to add anything, you're welcome. Vicki or Christine?
Yeah, I would quick like to say, I might have heard it before, but heard the term the one heart. And that was so powerful to me this morning. And this is such synchronicity because I like the cosmic heart a whole lot better. Like, this is really important to me. So I'm really glad you read that, because I can connect. That's like something I can really connect to. And your first line, my heart's connection. I'm happy for you that your heart is connected to the cosmic heart.
And I have a children's book I just really want to write. And I know I just can't get it out. It started, and I have the story, and I have the paintings I've done with it, but I got to get it finished.
We are here to witness that with you and to hold you in that wish.
Thank you.
Yes.
And to push you to do it.
I want to.
Vicki?
I just wanted to say that even before you read that piece, that your original writing, when your description of the cosmic heart, I loved it. It was beautiful. And the piece that you read after that, oh my gosh, that was just great. Thank you. And I can hardly wait for your book, whether it's children's book or poetry or whatever it is that you're going to write. I can hardly wait. So anything you want to share with us, I'm thrilled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love the support. I feel isolated here. My writings are crazy to everybody.
Yeah, right. I think we're probably all in very similar positions. And yes, just being able to talk these ways and openly share these ways, it does make a huge difference. And with now that I'm spending more time with my mom and her world and the way that her words come through, it's so jarring, right? So let us keep supporting each other in this. And I'm glad that you brought forward that you have that project, so we can each ask you about that and hold that in our intention. And so more directly to your writing, I am intrigued by what you're talking about with the rhythms and how they come through in these soul music and the beats, how they all mirror these other forms you're talking about. I'm just curious about that. And this love is ours if we want it. If we attune, we can join in its flow as a baby is calmed. And this truth that I also am experiencing ever more deeply about. And it's heartbreaking, right? Because it's our choice. And the more we choose every day, every moment, the more it does come through, even amidst the outrageous suffering and the challenges. So thanks for modeling that for us in both of your writings, your process of choosing. It's a high-powered superpower.
And I thank you for sharing about your mother. My mother is dying as well.
It's quite something, isn't it? Anything else you want to say before we complete?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So Sarah, there is a bit of time left. Do you want us to encourage you? Even you could read a sentence or two.
Go, Sarah, go.
Oftentimes I've found I've been doing this writing practice for like 7 years. And when I first started, I was always feeling my writing was horrible before I read it. And when you read it out loud, there is something that happens, but you do get to choose, and we honor that. In the meantime, we just get to be loving on you while you're moving about there. You're muted, hon. Now you can't find it.
I need to get a new book because I'm writing it in amongst things.
I do that too.
So I think that's chosen for me, darling. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for tonight. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right, thank you. All right, and Allie's group was finishing up too. So before we go into the big room, is there anything that anyone wants to share since we have a moment here?
I just need to say that Monday I leave for France, southern France, for 10 days. And I think that next Wednesday, the time difference would allow me, it'd be night, but I think it'd allow me to be here. But the week after, I will be flying from here to there and everywhere to get back home. So I hope I can see you next week. And I really thank you all for all your support and being a member of this group.
You're very welcome.
Bon voyage.
Yes, bon voyage. Have a wonderful time. Take us with you. That's so wonderful. Be safe.
It's 7:48 here, and that's UK. So you'll be an hour before, I think. You'll be an hour different. So you'll be absolutely fine, love. Early evening.
All right. Okay, I'll go check in with Allie. I'll be right back.
That's so wonderful. You're going to France, Vicky. I would love. That's just wonderful.
It's my friend's birthday, and we always go someplace. And usually, I've taken her someplace in the United States. We're going to Toulouse and the Cathar region, so we're doing some history, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Diane, what this is what I'm drawn to say, unless I'm interrupting anyone. Do you want to tell us what your next step will be for your book?
Confidence. And I really do need support and a resonant field to help me have the confidence that I can do this. I know it's meant to be, because I started painting these images of galaxies after I saw 60 Minutes. The beauty in the universe was so amazing to me. It just gave me a sense of awe of creation. And then I was at an expressive arts workshop, and I'm a grandmother of 9 too, and I led something on the archetype of the grandmother. And because I had been it was a group of therapists that were doing this. And my creative writing at the end was Grandmother Milky Way has stopped speaking. Mm-hmm. And then I wrote, because her daughter, Mother Earth's heart is broken over the way the grandchildren have forgotten about her. And it's it's a story about how all the galaxies of grandmothers come together to telepathically to raise her level of energy in the universe, to heal the arrhythmia in Mother Earth. So it's like I started painting that, and then I could see the vision of each of these grandmothers' face in these painting of the galaxies, kind of a outline that you could do maybe if I knew how to do graphic arts online, to superimpose one on the other. And I just thought I needed a graphic artist to kind of help me. And my niece is one, but she lives in New York. So anyway, I need to gather a team to support me, because writing really has been my weak point in life. But you know, it's amazing how the divine comes through our weakness.
If you need a team, you go to thumbtack.com.
I'm sorry, spell that.
Thumbtack.
Thumbtack.com.
And you tell them what you need. And that's how you find a team, wherever they are in the world.
Is that the process that you found as being quite helpful, Christine?
Absolutely.
All right. I know Allie's also a graphic designer, so you could ask her.
Oh, well, maybe Allie.
Yeah. So, and we will keep asking you about it. So it looks like you've taken some big leap here.
To tell you that I really want to do this. I tell stories to my grandchildren, have since they were born, and they love my stories and they're kind of off the wall, but they love them, you know.
I felt a lot of power while you were talking. A lot of allurement, a lot of longing to have that in the world.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Okay, maybe just a minute. Oh, they're still finishing. Just sit here together, feel what we feel.
And it's interesting. We have so many here of that third age women. Not everybody, but it's here it is, my gathering of grandmothers on on this plane. I have another one I wrote about. It turned out to be a one-act play of the gathering of grandmothers in the underworld.
All right, well, let's gather.
That's so fun every time. Boop, 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 boop.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How fun is this?
Hi, Christine. Hi, everybody.
Wow. Okay. All right. So before we bow to close, does anybody want to say anything? We had a great session. I feel like everyone has that feeling that I sort of set as my intention for today, to feel wanted, to feel needed, to feel intended, and to know that is the truth of reality itself. So I'm very pleased with that myself.
May you know that we feel that. We are intended, and we thank you.
Yeah, bless you, darling.
I just have a quick techie question. I am showing up twice. I don't know why. So my question is it interfering or distracting to any of you in any way, or is it just that my name's up there twice?
It's completely thrown me off, Alana. I don't know what to do.
Oh no, I was afraid of that. I don't know if I'm going to know how to fix it, so I'm glad if it's not too bad.
No, it's not a problem.
It's because you went off and came back on. It stayed on somehow.
Yeah, it's because when Zoom updated, it won't let me down. I can't successfully download it, so I have to sign in through my browser, and then somehow it knows I'm trying to sign in through Zoom, and then I come in through my browser. So I haven't figured it out yet, but I will eventually.
I recommend sending the Zoom team an email. They're really good at responding to those type of things. They'll probably be able to send you a link to a better download for your situation.
Do you have their email handy, or is it part of our materials in the email? But if you
I can send you a link.
Okay, great. So Allie will let you know what that email is, because she's.
That'd be great. Thank you.
All right.
We're totally fine until they updated.
Anyone else want to presence themselves here before we bow to close?
I just want to say that if anybody feels like they don't want to be recorded during the week, you could always message me, and then I'll put you in my group so that you are not recorded during a specific session or anything like that. There's always safety here.
Or if you want to for sure be recorded, you can also ask for that.
Exactly. Awesome.
All right. So may you have a blessed week, and may you know the moment with all of its depth. All right. Take care, you guys. See you soon.
Thank you, all you wonderful people.
Oh.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.